You thought those years were behind you. Diapers, lullabies, tiny fingers wrapped around yours. That was another lifetime. So when a baby shows up in your dream, out of nowhere, it hits different. Maybe you're holding one. Maybe you see one from a distance. Maybe it's crying, smiling, or just watching you silently. And when you wake up, there's this strange heaviness, like your soul just remembered something you forgot to miss. But why now? Why at this stage in life, when you're supposed to be past all of that? Most people brush it off. Just a dream, they say. But the truth is, when your subconscious shows you a baby after 60, it's rarely about a child, and almost always about you. It's a message wrapped in symbolism your waking mind might ignore, but your heart can't. A message about something that's beginning, or something that never had the chance to. In this video, we're going to break down what it really means when a baby appears in your dreams later in life. 4 hidden messages your mind might be trying to deliver, even if you're not ready to hear them. Because once you understand what this dream is actually showing you, it might shake you in ways you didn't expect. And it just might change how you see yourself, your past, and your future. Sometimes, the baby in your dream isn't a memory. It's a warning. Not about danger, but about change. A new beginning that's forming beneath the surface of your life, even if you haven't fully acknowledged it. After 60, most people assume their biggest chapters are behind them. But that's not always true. The baby can represent a shift you're not prepared for. A fragile, unfamiliar version of life that's quietly trying to be born. Maybe you've been thinking about downsizing, starting over, moving closer to family, ending something that's no longer working. Or maybe you felt the stirrings of something deeper, a creative pull, a spiritual shift, or the need to finally do something just for you. But part of you resists it. Because after a certain age, starting fresh can feel risky, even foolish. So instead of acting, you suppress, you delay, you convince yourself it's too late. But your subconscious knows the truth, and in your dreams it shows you what you've been avoiding. Something new, something delicate, something that needs care. The baby isn't here to scare you. It's a mirror, a sign that your soul is still capable of rebirth, even now, especially now. And how you respond to it, whether you hold it, fear it, ignore it, says everything about whether you're ready to embrace the next chapter, or whether you're still clinging to the last one. Not all dreams about babies feel warm or hopeful. Some feel heavy, like a weight you didn't know you were carrying. And that's because, sometimes, the baby isn't a symbol of what's coming, but of what never came. It can represent a part of yourself that never got to grow, a version of you that was pushed aside, forgotten, or silenced to survive. After 60, when life finally slows down, the things you buried decades ago often start to surface, and they don't always come back as memories. Sometimes, they come back as dreams. You might be holding a baby and feel overwhelmed, like you're not ready. Or you might be watching one from afar, unable to reach it. These aren't random scenarios. They're emotional echoes, reminders of the opportunities you walked away from, the talents you never pursued, the bold version of you that never got a voice. And now, that younger self is trying to reach you, not to blame you, but to ask if there's still time. For many people, these dreams show up after a major life transition, retirement, the end of a long relationship, or facing illness. When the roles you once played start to fall away, what's left is the question, who could I have been? That baby might not be someone else. It might be you, the untouched potential, the curiosity, the courage you once had but couldn't follow through. It's not too late. But if you keep ignoring that part of yourself, the dream will only grow louder, because your soul never forgets who you were meant to become. Sometimes the baby in your dream isn't symbolic at all. It's a presence, a soul. A quiet visitation that leaves you waking up with tears in your eyes and a feeling you can't quite explain. In many cultures and belief systems, babies in dreams are seen as messengers, spirits, guides, or even loved ones who have passed on. And when they appear, especially after 60, it's often more than just memory or imagination. It's connection. You might recognize the baby. Maybe they resemble someone you lost, or maybe you don't know who they are. But the emotion is overwhelming, as if you've known them forever. That's not an accident. These dreams often arrive in moments of grief, reflection, or loneliness. And the baby becomes a bridge between you and something, or someone, you've been longing for, not in the physical sense, but emotionally, spiritually. It could be a child you never had, or one you lost, a sibling, a parent, even a version of yourself. But the feeling is the same, unconditional love. For some, it's a comfort. For others, it's unsettling, like something is being stirred that they thought had gone quiet. But either way, it's important. These dreams can be a reminder that you're still connected to the people you've loved, even the ones who've left. And that love, the pure, unfiltered kind that a baby represents, isn't gone. It just changes form. If you've ever woken up from a dream like this and felt the urge to cry, maybe that wasn't just a dream. Maybe it was someone reminding you that you're not as alone as you think. How you interact with the baby in your dream matters more than the baby itself. Are you holding it gently or struggling to keep it safe? Does it look peaceful or is it crying non-stop? Are you ignoring it or desperately trying to protect it from something you can't see? These details are more than dream fragments. They're reflections of how you're treating the most vulnerable parts of yourself. The baby in your dream could be your emotions, your creativity, your needs, the pieces of you that still require care, even now. After 60, many people have spent a lifetime taking care of others, meeting expectations, surviving loss. But somewhere along the way, their own emotional world got pushed aside. The dream brings it back, not to overwhelm you, but to ask a simple question. Are you still nurturing yourself, or have you forgotten how? If the baby feels fragile, it might be because you feel fragile, even if you don't show it. If it's neglected or lost in the dream, maybe there's something in you that's been ignored for far too long. But if you're calm, present, and holding the baby with care, that's your subconscious showing you that healing is happening, that you're finally tending to what's been quietly waiting inside you for years. These dreams aren't here to shame you. They're here to remind you, because no matter how old you are, there's still a part of you that wants to be held, protected, and loved. And the way you treat that dream baby, that's how you're treating you. Dreams have a way of bypassing everything you think you've already figured out. They don't care how old you are, how much life you've lived, or how far you've come. When a baby shows up in your dreams after 60, it's not a glitch. It's a message, a quiet but powerful reminder that something inside you is still growing, still grieving, still reaching for your attention. Whether it's the start of a new chapter, the echo of a life you never fully explored, the presence of someone you've lost, or simply the vulnerable part of you asking to be seen, that baby means something. It's easy to dismiss it, to wake up, shake it off, and move on. But what if you didn't? What if you let yourself ask the question your dream is begging you to consider? What needs nurturing in me right now? What have I pushed aside for so long? I forgot it was even there. The truth is, your soul doesn't stop evolving just because time has passed. Sometimes, it's only after 60 that the most important parts of you finally ask to be born. If this resonated with you, if you've had dreams like this or felt something stir inside you while watching, leave a comment below. Share your story. Because chances are, someone else out there has had the same dream, felt the same pull, and just needed to know they're not alone. And if you want more videos that dive into the dreams, emotions, and moments most people never talk about, hit subscribe and turn on notifications. The next chapter might be closer than you think.